John Jobin with the Morning Sunshine. What's up, John? Hey, Jeff Condon and Jason Haar. Vincent Scaramuzo and George. What's up, George? Matthew Hall. Michael Gartley. What's going on, Michael? Hurricane. Morning Lamb Chop right back at you. What's up, David and Michelle? And Evie. Of course, Evie. One of the rigs. It is quite nice out here today. Hi, Adrian Driscoll. Hi, Scott Watson. Hi, Ken and Tommy Chesh and Rachel. Good morning, Mark Chernoff. Not that Mark Chernoff. What's up, Jesse Hill? What's up, Jeff May and Chad? And Pia Broderick, Michael McHale. Thomas Stevenson, how are you, buddy? Aaron Gosser, good morning. Good morning, Greg Holmes. What's up? And Wayne Boo Atkins. Did we just get a promo code? Promote Blue Chew code name Opie, O-P-I-E for Endless Wood in the AM. Look at you, Daniel Connolly, getting on my good side. First thing in the morning. Looks great for fishing. Well, let me look. Dog's barking in the background. You might hear him. There's no one out here. There's always someone that knows more than I. And if they're not out here casting, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of the time of year where everything starts slowing down. I probably could get a fish or two today, though. I haven't thrown in a few days. Dennis Howland getting us started with the 100 stars. Considering I got the bandwidth bill yesterday, I don't know, was yesterday the 15th? Am I losing track? Those stars are greatly appreciated, my friend. Greatly appreciated. I need to get a few more advertisers, a few more stars, or you guys got to just stop downloading so many episodes of the Opie Radio podcast. I don't need to make a lot of money, but I certainly want to make something. Jeez. That bandwidth bill comes in on the 15th, and it's a doozy. Oh, I know. We all got our issues. I understand. That's just my dumb issue. Ain't wasted time no more, by the way. I was in an Allman Brothers deep dive yesterday. Probably listened to 2 to 3 straight hours of the Allman Brothers. And Ain't Wasting Time No More is the one that really made me happy yesterday. Is it Dwayne Allman on the vocals? Or is Billy DeTore? Did Dwayne Allman write that song as a youngster? Because it's a deep song about living in the moment. Time waits for nobody. Time waits for nobody. This is what you got. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. What's up, Michael, again, and Tommy? All right. So that's why the title today, Ain't Wasted Time No More. But you're a millionaire. Why do you blah, blah, blah. Oh, Gary Krasinski. You're beating the haters to the punch. Oh, I don't know, because this is America and I want to still make money. And if I can make a little money doing this, so be it. And if people want to give me some stars, so be it. I'm not begging. But, you used to have to pay the man to listen to my radio show, and you used to have to pay the man to listen to Opie and Anthony. So now it's like, we're cutting out the man and going right to the source. Because we used to get pennies on the dollar for that horse shit. What's up, Michael McHale? Not that I'm complaining, but I know how much money I made broadcast companies over the years. It's in the billions, my friends. The letter? All right, we'll get to the letter. I don't have it on me right now. I've been avoiding the letter, but basically the letter is a letter my dad wrote us when we were very young about my mom, and wow, is it a doozy. It's a doozy. I'll read the letter on a live stream, I promise you. That'll definitely be an episode of the Opie Radio podcast. I hope you enjoyed the latest episode. It's another Love You Miss You episode. I I don't know, man. It took a lot out of me to put that together, because hearing Vic Henley's voice makes me really happy and really sad at the same time, if you understand that. And I'm sure you're a human being, so you absolutely understand that shit. But I get really excited hearing Vic Henley's voice, and then it quickly hits me. Oh, that's right, he's dead. But he lives on with some of these episodes, that's for sure. God, was he good on this latest episode. I think it's called Love You Miss You 06, right? In the Love You Miss You series, which is basically audio of Carl and Vic Henley and whoever else was in on the show that day. And a lot of this stuff most people have not heard. That's a fact. So, yeah, the latest one is Love You Miss You 06. It has Vic Henley. It has DC Benny, who told some great stories, including the clown story, which is late in the episode. And Dr. Steve. And I know in the podcasting world they say shorter is better, but these Love You Miss You episodes, they're long form, and I like it, and I hope you like it. It was great hearing Vic's voice. I loved our discussion on rats. I forgot half the shit I said that day. And I'm like, God damn it, I sounded informed about rats and the Morgan Spurlock documentary that came out a couple years ago. And now, you know, you fast forward a few years and you're like, oh, I said all that. Man, I was an expert on rats. Anyhow, I hope you check that out. I hope you download that. Looking nice, Jay. JM with the name, last name, I don't know if I could even attempt it. Tiongson, is that it? You got a little something in you? I was going to say Asian, but I don't want to get canceled for suggesting that your last name might mean you have some Asian in you, and it's probably wrong anyway. But also, by the way, finally, you guys have been on the meat journey with me. And remember, when I say the word journey, I'm mocking the fact that all these people are on journeys. Their weight loss journey. Oh, shut up. But my meat journey is finally here. What? Whoa, you're trying to tell me how to tong song? Chad Moeller? Tong song, it looks like. All right, I'll go with that. The other Vinny checking in, Castiglione. What's up, Vinny? Yeah, you were with me in the beginning of my meat journey, and finally, UnitedHarvest.com is on board, and I'm very, very excited. And I was thinking, if you're like me, you know, you want other meat on the table for Thanksgiving, right? You don't want just a goddamn turkey. None of us like turkey. We all make believe this time of year we love turkey. But if turkey was that good, we would be eating it all year long. Fact. That's a fact, Jack. So you're probably like me, and you put other meat on the table. Although I think it's only going to be us four this year, which is sad, because we were going to have some people come up from Philly, and we're just going back and forth, and we just don't know, because the coronavirus is exploding all over the place, my friends. Oh my God, don't get political. It'll fire up everybody out there. They'll start talking about how it's not real and it's no worse than the flu, and wearing a mask is taking away our freedom, man. And no one's going to tell me what to do, man. So you do whatever you want, because like we discussed the other day, I let go of the rope. You live your life, I'll live my life. How about that? Although they just... don't worry, I'll get back to the meat. I know how to do this. They just shut down the schools in New York City. And my kids go to private school, and I'm not bragging. It's just something you do. If you live in Manhattan, so many people pick private over public schools, especially if they have the means. You pick a school, and my kids' schools are like, we ain't closing. We ain't closing. The public schools have, and there's a lot of controversy in New York, because they're like, look, man, the rate is 3.18 right now, and they said if the coronavirus test rate goes over 3%, then they got to shut things down again, starting with schools. And a lot of people are mad because they're saying, look, the rate's over 3%, but it's not over 3% in schools. And I don't necessarily disagree with them, but I know damn well that my schools that my kids go to, they're going to try to keep them open as long as possible, not because they think it's safe, but because they're trying to save their schools. There's an economic factor involved here, my friends. Always an economic factor involved. Follow the money. Always follow the money. But with that said, I think it's just a matter of time before my kids' schools are also shut down, unfortunately. And I know it's problematic because, parents gotta work, but we can't figure out shit in this country. Can't figure out how we get help for the people out there. Help for the people that have kids that are going to be staying home now while the parents work because they're too busy arguing about nonsense in Washington and they don't got any goddamn stimulus packages for us regular folk. And that's right, I'm regular folk these days. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to try to get out of the regular folk category again, but the fact remains, you're watching a live stream from a regular folk. But anyhow, so yeah, our Thanksgiving is going to be knocked down a little bit, unfortunately. Billy and Tori, we're going to do some music in a little bit. You stay right there, my brother. We're going to talk about Night Ranger, Sister Christian in a second, and I'll tell you why. So yeah, we're going to have a very small Thanksgiving, unfortunately, and maybe we'll do a little FaceTiming as we eat dinner with, hopefully with my in-laws, because we would like that, and then maybe we'll put a movie on together and start it at the exact same time. We did that recently, and it worked out beautifully. It was almost like we were all in the same room. I liked that a lot. It was really nice and really special. My kids enjoyed that. But, so, none of us like turkey. We all make believe we like turkey. Unless you keep that shit moist, it always comes out bad. That's why we throw it in a deep fryer and almost burn our houses down and whatnot, because we're all trying to figure out how to make this stupid thing taste good. So with that said, do what we do. And I'm sure a lot of you do. Get other meats for the table. And I think if you go on UnitedHarvest.com's website right now, use the promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E. You get 20% off, and you could have some nicer meats on the table. And they're bragging about the quality of their meat, and I'm not going to lie to you, man. It's unbelievable. I had ground beef last night, and I think it is so good. I think I was supposed to do something like fancy with it, but I threw it in a frying pan, fried it up, threw some Rayo's jar sauce on top of it, and we had spaghetti, and it was the best damn meat sauce I've ever had in my life. Thanks to UnitedHarvest.com, promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E, to get 20% off. That almost sounded like a commercial. I bet you were a little tricked there, because there was content weaving in and out of that commercial. I kind of have been doing this for a long time. 18 if you need to know. And I like saying that because it drives the haters nuts. You've been doing it since you were 18. Yep. What have you been doing since you were 18, schmucko? Yeah, and Carl told me a long time ago that you're kind of stupid in general to get your meat from a supermarket. And I didn't really believe him, so I started, going elsewhere when I started making a little money, and I went to some butcher shops, and then Carl turned me on to some places to get my meat, and you realize, wow, it's a whole different world. And that's what United Harvest is banking on, the people out there that understand that they shouldn't be getting their meat from the supermarket. So there you have it. Wow, it's 23 degrees out right now. Hard to believe. I mean, I got my winter coat on, I got my hat on, but there's no wind, so it's just, it's a nice cold. It's like that crisp cold. I like it. I like it a lot. Kind of want to jump in that water, do a Lady Gaga. She does that ice bucket, ice water therapy to shock her system. We talked about that. She's a mess. I kind of laugh that she's a mess. I don't know why. Know what I also laugh at? that pathetic Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. It's so perfect for 2020. This family in Oneonta, they've been, I don't know, growing this tree next to their house for, who knows, a couple generations, I would imagine. And then their tree was picked for Rockefeller Center. And it's the big Christmas tree. It's the best tree usually around Christmas for the entire country. And it just looks terrible. It looks like that Charlie Brown Christmas tree. And God, does that make me happy. And God, does that make me laugh. And then it turns out that they cut this damn thing down and there was an owl in it. Did you see that story? A little baby owl, all dehydrated and with those giant eyes, basically going, "What the fuck's going on? Why are you taking my home? Where am I going?" He's just panicking with those giant eyes. And then I guess they put him in a box and they did the right thing. They buried it alive. So we're good. At least now we could have our Christmas tree in peace. Oh, they didn't bury the owl alive. God, let me have that line without people panicking. Fuck 2020? Yep. 120-mile trip for the owl before they realize, right? Yes. So, I think I turned you guys on to an amazing podcast. I'm not a fan of any podcast that has comedians talking to comedians about comedy. You know, pretty much the whole genre, the whole podcast genre. I'm a comedian. You're a comedian. Let's talk about comedy. And let's not have a real conversation and try to get the biggest laugh in the next 40 minutes. Not a fan. Sorry. So I look for other things to listen to. You know, right now I'm listening to Ram Dass, Becoming Nobody, which is a beautiful, beautiful listen. I suggest you listen to that book instead of read it. It's terrific. Gives you a little spirituality, excuse me. I'm not sure if it's the Long Island stammer or the fact that it's 23 degrees that made me say spirituality. But there you have it. Remember, I've been doing this since I was 18. So I'm listening to some Ram Dass. And it's terrific. He's very entertaining, man. I don't know why these spiritual leaders are always, not always, but a lot of them are Jewish. And they're also, a lot of them are funny, man. Ram Dass is really funny. And Eckhart Tolle, he's very dry, but he's very funny as well. So I'm enjoying that. And then the other thing I'm enjoying is, I don't know the exact name of the podcast. The Session on Air, I think. Matt Farah turned me on to it, and he now does some episodes of the podcast. And basically, this dude, I always forget his name, man, and we're sort of friendly. What the fuck is his name? Later, Vinny. I guess you have to go. Really? You have to go? What's more important than this? Nothing. This is our time together, Vinny. We only do this for a half hour a day. Schedule your time better. Thank you. Yeah, the session is awesome, Becky. You like that too? Hey, Sarah, what's up? All the way up there in Buffalo. We might be doing a little podcast together, Sarah, for your birthday. I didn't forget. So the Session on Air. He does a lot of them on Instagram. So search out his Instagram. I think it's the Session IG Live or something like that. And it is such a great listen. Basically, he takes songs that we all know and love, or a lot of us, and then he breaks down the individual parts that make the song. So he'll play the drum track, and then he'll play the bass track, then he'll play the drums and the bass together. And how he plays this stuff, you can't even recognize a song most of the times. And the groove and the listen and the music, just listening to the parts, are really, really cool. And a lot of fun. And then he adds the lead guitar. Then he has fun facts about the band or the song. And then eventually he puts the whole damn thing together. And then when he plays the actual song after he's done breaking it down for a half hour to 40 minutes, you're just all about that song. And yesterday, him and Matt Farah were on Instagram, and they did Sister Christian by Night Ranger. You know, motorin'. And I learned a couple things. Some of these music facts that I learned, I get embarrassed that I didn't know it ahead of time. And with Night Ranger, I didn't know that the original title of that song was supposed to be Sister Christy. And it was a song sung by the drummer. I think about his somebody in his family that he was missing. So he brought this song to the band and said, you know, Sister Christy. And they thought he was saying Sister Christian. So they said, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about Christy anymore. Sister Christian makes way more sense. And they recorded the song Sister Christian. And I always thought that the guy that sung the song was the actual lead singer of Night Ranger. And that guy would be Jack Blades. And it turns out it wasn't Jack Blades that sang Sister Christian. And I never knew that. It was the drummer. And if you ever saw Night Ranger in concert, and that was one band I did not see, he would sing the song from behind the drum kit. And I think his name is, I'm not going to look at comments. Give me the first stab at this. I'm going to go with Kelly Keegs. God, I hope I learned something. Was it Kelly Keegs? Do I pass the exam? So, Night Ranger's biggest song by far is sung by the drummer, Kelly Keegs, and not Jack Blades. I did not know this. That's what's so much fun about the session on air, the podcast. And it's hard because his podcast isn't traditional because of copyright bullshit that the podcast world lives with. That's why on my podcast, if you hear a song, it's way in the background, if we're in a bar or something, or I'll play seconds of the song because you'll get flagged and they'll yank your episode over music, unfortunately. So that's problematic because this podcast is such a unique idea that it's too bad that it's not everywhere. No one else did it before this guy, and no one else is doing it like this guy. Is it Kelly Keegy? Did I mess that up, Jay? I was so happy. It's Kelly Keegy. Okay, shit. Kelly Keanu, Tommy Chesh. So I think that's about it. I think that's what's going on in my world. I'm trying not to talk politics and the transition and all that. Trying not to. Really trying not to. The coronavirus thing is completely out of control. We're losing well over 1,000 Americans every day now. As I record this, we've lost 251,000 Americans. People say those numbers are bullshit. Although someone really cracked me up because they're basically, you know, if you die and you had other shit going on, they go, yep, died of the coronavirus. And I don't even know if this was real, but it made me laugh. I guess a guy, a painter or somebody, fell off a ladder and died. And they said he actually died of the coronavirus. I don't know. I don't know if someone's fucking with me because there's so much fake news out there. God bless Trump for pointing that out, but unfortunately he's so guilty of pushing fake news, but he really made us all aware how much fake news there really is out there. But then he sneaks all his fake news in on top of that. And if you don't believe that or agree with that, I don't know what to tell you. So this guy sent me this article, and I don't even know if it's real, but God, it made me laugh. And I apologize to this guy's family if it's a real story and he really died falling off a ladder, and then they said he died of the coronavirus. That's obviously very, very, tragic. But there you go. COVID and gravity, John Corin says. Jesus. We're fucked this time. We're not. I mean, we're fucked, but. I mean, the sad part about this pandemic is there's a lot of Americans, a lot. I don't know if you saw the lines in the Dallas area, but there are a lot of people that are hurting for food. They are starving. A lot of people. It's not a little number anymore. We're actually going to donate to a food bank maybe as early as today. We're going to find a local food bank. And honestly, I'm going to go through the cupboards too. I think I got a lot of stuff that would be delicious that we haven't touched. So I'm going to go through the cupboards. I'm going to box up all sorts of stuff, and then obviously we'll make a real donation as well. I just don't know locally where we're going to do that, but I'm going to figure that out. And I encourage you, if you got the means, to do that as well. Matter of fact, instead of giving me stars today, fuck that. Donate to your local food bank or your local food charities, because there's a lot of people out there that are hurting. And there's a lot of people that really need a check from the goddamn government, and they're just dilly-dallying down there, doing the same old, same old. We're fighting the good fight on our Facebook pages, and they're fist-bumping each other. Are you kidding me? Anthony Scaramucci told me that well over a year ago when he was on the podcast. Basically, he said in Washington, they all laugh at us. And they all know it's a game. And when the cameras are off, they're actually way more friendly with each other than you would ever know. And boy, was that evident a couple days ago. Kamala Harris, she was on the Senate floor for the first time since the election. Lindsey Graham walks by, who's a massive Trump supporter. And Kamala Harris puts her fist out. And Lindsey Graham, without hesitating, gives her a fist bump. And if that guy truly hated Kamala Harris, he would have said no to the fist bump. They're playing us, you motherfuckers! Sorry. And people are hurting out there. They need a goddamn check from the government. And then the Democrats, look, I told you I would start taking, shots at the left because people are convinced that I only take shots at Trump, and that's not true. The Democrats had a good opportunity to get rid of Nancy Pelosi. This last election, the Democrats didn't do as well as they should have, and they just elect her for another 2 years. She's 80! Fuck! Same old shit down there. Senator Grassley, I think his name is. He's 87. Guess what? He's in quarantine because he got the coronavirus. 87! Deciding our futures. That's not okay. Motorin! What's up, Benjamin Tucker? Kamala? It's Kamala. I love Angry Ope. Thank you, Jesse Lee. But now I'm going to have to do some ohms. That's what happens with this. I have some passions out there. But then I'm going to have to walk this beach and do some ohms. And listen along with Ram Dass as he talks about our spacesuits. That's all it is. We're wearing spacesuits. Strip all that away. And then you realize there's no life, there's no death, there's just this moment. You just go back to what you were before you were born into this world. So ignore the spacesuit that we all wear. Get rid of your labels and your titles and who you think you are. And enjoy the goddamn sun. Motorin. By the way, you're listening to someone that's completely sane. Completely sane. Oh, I had to go to a few people to make sure, but completely sane. What's the temperature where you are? Ryan, you just gave away the fact that you're late. I told you, it's 23 degrees. My hands are feeling it now. But the wind's not blowing, so it's just really nice, really crisp. I'll actually, we'll do a little fishing. Just a little bit, see what's out there. And that'll be that. All right, guys. What are we going to do? if we do a double today, another live stream, it'll be on my YouTube, Opie Radio. If the wind holds out and it's just really nice and peaceful like this, then I definitely will want to be in this same exact spot as that sun's going down later. If not, we'll do it tomorrow. And I hope you enjoyed the latest episode of the Opie Radio podcast. Another episode in the Love You Miss You series. If you see Love You Miss You, basically what you're going to hear is either Carl or Vic Henley, and most of that audio, most of you have never heard. It's just my little way of keeping those guys alive, and pushing how damn talented those guys were. So this one's called Love You Miss You 06. It has Vic Henley, DC Betty. God damn, he was so funny. And I was thinking to myself, that was the only time he did the show with me, which is really bad because he's a really good storyteller. Make sure you stick around for his clown story. And also there's a phone call from Dr. Steve. Stupid Dr. Steve, I forgot about this, but he started to run to stay in shape. This was a few years back. And he pulled a muscle in his leg that 15% of human beings don't even have. I didn't even know this was a thing. That 15% of us walking this planet don't have this actual muscle. And poor Dr. Steve pulls a muscle that 15% of the human beings don't even have. And the ones that do have it, it's a useless muscle. But if you pull it, it's not useless. So he called in to talk about that. It was pretty funny. I forgot all about that phone call, to be honest with you. And, of course, don't forget, UnitedHarvest.com for your meats. Very, very happy with everything the guy sent me, for real. Promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E, to get 20% off. All right? All right.